shomer, shomer Yisrael, shemo she'erit Yisrael, shemo she'erit Yisrael, val yovad, val yovad, val yovad Yisrael, omerim shema
There's a lot of action in our kitchen, a lot. Usually at the kitchen table, we've got 2 sets of homework going on. The island is another set, and at the stove, usually 1 or 2 people cooking and getting in each other's way. Rafael's my first child. At about 18 months old, he had been sick and wasn't really getting better. So when we brought him to the doctor, he sent us straight to the emergency room, straight to the hospital.
Just hearing the word cancer shakes you.
The kind he had is extremely rare in children and very poor prognosis. He came to the point where the doctors gave up. The doctors felt that there was nothing else that they can do. There was no way to save him. When he survived, the doctors were amazed.
Rafael is an anomaly. He fell into this really remote, real small statistical group of people who survived 4 relapses of his type of cancer. And when you take a child who's 18 months old, a brain that hasn't fully developed yet, and start exposing them to chemotherapy, to radiation, there are going to be issues. There are going to be learning issues. There are going to be developmental issues.
He survived the cancer, but when all was said and done, I had to pick up the pieces at that point and make him a productive, well-rounded Jewish member of our society. I was recommended to go to Sinai.
It was the realization that this is something serious, as these are the experts to handle the things that maybe don't fit into a box.
Rafael is a miracle baby. The fact that he is alive is really, thanks to God. And the damage that he sustained as a result is what brought him to Sinai.
It wasn't until we were a couple of years into his treatment that we discovered my wife was pregnant with twin boys. So it looked like, okay, things were turning, life was getting better, we've got the cancer thing down, and now we'll just move on with life with our twins, only to find out that one of the twins had Down syndrome. So the roller coaster went back down, and we started with the next challenge.
I gave birth to twin boys. I find that one of them very likely has Down syndrome. I was by myself in the room and got a little hysterical. I got a million different opinions from different people. And some of those opinions were just so ridiculous. I mean, like, leave him in the hospital. These things are things that break up a marriage. You don't want to bring that into your household. I felt like, how can we not be open and just accept our children exactly for how they are, who they are, and just give them everything that I would give any of my children. Yaakov was in the New York City public school system. It was very frustrating for me. They set the bar way too low because they decided he has Down syndrome, so he's only capable of so much. That was unacceptable to me. So I went to Sinai. I already had experience with them. I had already known what a wonderful job they were doing with Rafael, and decided that how can I not give my child with Down syndrome the best possible schooling situation?
Rafael has really been through a lot. We were just filling out some forms and we asked him for his birth date, and he said I don't want to talk about my birthday. My birthday was a sad day. Rafael somehow associates that when he was born was when he got sick. Today, he's a put-together, mature young man who has his concerns and his anxieties, and those are not going away. But he's able to conduct himself. The fact that Rafael is able to radiate joy and happiness. The TABC students, TABC teachers, they would describe Rafael as a happy-go-lucky kid. Yaakov is new to us this year. He was in our elementary program up until now, and he started in the high school this year. There's a lot that's hard for Yaakov. There's a lot of learned helplessness there, and that's really what we work very hard day to day to pull him out of. Yaakov is a magnetic child.
They have such joy. I had the opportunity to speak with Yaakov about what are some of his favorite things here in the building of TABC. Smile on his face, he loves it. And to see someone who loves his life so much, I said, don't you wake up early to come to school? No, it's the perfect time. I love coming to school.
Everything that Sinai offers in terms of Yiddishkeit can be summed up in the boys' bar mitzvah. I don't know how common it is in a shul where a Down syndrome child gets up and leans from the Torah on his bar mitzvah, but this happened, and this happened for my child.
To imagine that they would be up there and laning and have a bar mitzvah probably wasn't something that I really thought was going to happen. Not only that, we keep hearing that, like, oh, Yaakov was on a Shabbat telling his Shabbos in Teaneck, and he actually spoke in front of the shul and delivered his Devar Torah. Like, not something I would have considered, not something I would have even thought was possible. Clearly, he's being instilled with all the right aspects that give him the ability to stand up in front of a shul and deliver a Devar Torah. You know, it's incredible. It's been the right decision from day one. It will continue to be the right decision. It's astounding.
Each of these children has such a specific program that very often requires one-on-one, one-on-two. Staffing a program like that is a huge expense, an expense that I can't afford, an expense that I can only afford because of fundraising dinners and people who generously contribute and understand what a valuable program this is. And I'm so grateful.
Israel.